The Earth, and subsequently humanity, was dragged into the galactic fold, kicking and screaming the entire way. At first, we thought it was just a fluke that one of their raiders had actually come down and not realized that we had got beyond the point of just regular firearms, but missiles could take it down, and of course made it crash into the planet. This one small ship was hidden from us, the general public, that is. However, the next one that came down in 2026 hid from no one. They hovered over the largest landmass they could, this being the Sahara Desert of all places, and broadcast to everyone to surrender or die. We could either live our lives in bondage or we could be destroyed. And if we fought, our whole bloodline would be ended. Our planet would be strip mined and left to be nothing but a few small asteroids in the galactic wastelands. They must have figured that we would just bow down and say, please, please, mister, please, master, put the shackles on me. I want to go to the plantation, mister. What they didn't realize is they had totally fucked with the wrong planet. Every single nation, for the first time in any recorded history, banded together and started linking up with each other to get ready to take these fuckers down. In a coordinated strike, they sent everything they could as the ship itself moved from the Sahara Desert across the Mediterranean and into Europe. It wasn't long before they were facing not only a whole bunch of Eurofighters, but also Sukhoi fighters and anything that China and India could reach. It would take longer for the US to get their forces over, but what they did have joined the fight. The aliens didn't have a choice soon after the first initial EM weapons landed. The electromagnetic pulse cooked most of their anti-gravity motors. We didn't know this. All we knew is the damn thing fell to the ground. Not at terminal velocity, but it more or less gently crashed. To our extreme shock, two more of these things arrived, with another one not too far behind, and they spread across the planet. I guess they figured that we had brought all of our resources just to take down their one ship, and the rest would be easy to take down. Oh, I don't think so. We gave them the good old human fuck you. One of them went right after China, Korea, Japan, and anything within that area, not realizing the total amount of personnel they would have to deal with. Though they outranged most of the weapons, it wasn't long before the anti-ship weapons on the fleets of China and Japan started wailing on the bottom of their ships, and down they came. Another one ended up right in the middle of Russia, right over at the border of Russia, Ukraine, pretty much toward the Crimea Peninsula. That one, when it crashed, actually bent down sideways. They must have done something as one side was working and one side wasn't. That one, its ship snapped in half as it hit the ground. The last one went for the US, I guess figuring that this would be a quick island area to take over. Boy, were they wrong. As you know, the Americans, they love them some guns. And as soon as they landed, as in forced to land because they couldn't take off again, the ground war invasion started. It wasn't much of an invasion. The humans went at these aliens with sheer hatred. These other bipeds that came out were long and slender and had some sort of weird energy weapons. These energy weapons sure as hell hurt, but they didn't always kill. If it got you directly into the brain or the heart, it would take you down. Aside from that, it just stung really, really bad. This scared the crap out of the aliens as they tried to bring out their heavier weapons, not realizing that the enemies that they faced carried much heavier weapons and had many, many more of them. The ones that crashed right into an active combat zone did not expect that both sides would be waylaying on them with heavy armor. The ones that crashed over between North and South Korea, just on the western shoreline, really did not expect that tanks would start flooding out of holes in the ground in numbers that they never would have expected. Even with the size of these ships, their weapons just could not maintain fire on so many targets. And it wasn't long before the humans realized simply aim for the base of the weapon system itself. Even a glancing blow will knock it out. Something to do with its capacitors or energy, I'm not sure. But it didn't matter. It worked. The one that ended up in the US, the soldiers were told specifically, salvage as much as you can. However, it wasn't long before they realized that this ship had already sent out its ground troops and had already taken over a town. And they watched as these tall bastards began to shackle not only adults but children and drag them back to their ship. You don't do that. Within 24 hours, that entire ship had been cleared, and every single alien on this rock was either dead or captured. With that, we had the technology. And with that, the previous technology was released as well. With that, we not only created basically a new race of humans, as we are now all enhanced with whatever we want, we have also reached the stars. We send this warning to any type of alien, any type of Xeno that may be out there who may try and take our territory. Don't try it. Because just like the last ones, you're going to be fucking with the wrong planet. Sir, I don't understand this message. It was translated to galactic, but I don't understand what this truly means. Is this a true warning, or did this actually happen? Well, Corporal, it did actually happen, but I don't think it was quite the way it's embellished here. Continued the advance of the assault fleet. We will take this human territory for our own. I don't think they really have the firepower they say they do. This was the final transmission received from the invasion fleet heading towards Terran/human territories. What is known is that the assault fleet went into Terran territories. However, it did not return. It has been over 181 galactic cycles since that time, and no one has dared enter Terran territory. If they get close, there is a warning that comes with the previous story mentioned, and we all take heed to its message. Don't fuck with humanity.